Nigeria Info.
The nation's number one talk station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. So there's this quick news. Well, not quick really, and it's not new. It's just about the story that the last caller was sharing before we went out on the break. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to hear people's passport stories. Now, that's what we're going to do. Apologies. We'll come back to the drug story at 9 o'clock. We still have 9 to 10 to do the drug story. Here's the reason. This story is so big because I remember having a conversation such as this one with Jimmy on the show some time ago. And he was sharing experiences. And I told him at that time that when I went for my passport about 5 years ago, I did not know anybody. Nobody knew me. I did my passport at Alausa. And I went there, sat down. They had 2 tents. I don't know what they have now. They had 2 tents. One for people, fresh registrants, the other one for collection. Dali. I think collection, yeah. The first tent would be for registrants and renewals or something like that, and they gave us number, and turn by turn we go in, we do what we're supposed to do, all of those things, blah, 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 blah. Then they gave us dates, and then we went for capturing, and then the passport was out, I think in 2 or 3 months, I think so. And I went and I picked up my passport. I did not do anything extra. I didn't know anybody. And it was so orderly. So when I started hearing about people paying through their nose, paying this, paying that, to get their passport, and when I was sounding like an alien that morning, and people were like, Sheriff is not telling the truth, and I'm baffled because I did not experience that at Alausa when I went for mine. So let me hear your passport story. 80 of the passport officials, NIS officials rather, immigration officials are standing trial. 80 of them. That means nationwide. Some, when I saw the story online, some of the comments that I saw, seem to think that this is just not even scratching this is like getting ready. You are not even scratching the surface at all, because according to that individual, it's a lady who says that it's everybody in a passport office like this. Everybody is in on the racket from the top to the bottom. But I don't have proof of that because I didn't go through that, right? Let's hear you. We'll do this from now till about 8, from now till 9. From now till 9. We'll do this. Let's talk about this. I really want to hear your passport story if you got one. 0700 993 993 993. And 01465 7190. That is 01465 7190 for the ladies only. That number is for the ladies. The first one, 0700. That's for the gentlemen. So let's hear you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Pastor Ladipo calling from Orilegum.
Welcome.
You see, my own story is this. Anytime I want to go to that place, just make sure you have a point man, because you won't even get in.
Tell me the story. Tell me the story,
now,
really.
What happened is this. From the gate, Sheriff, the ones that are mounting the gate, we ask you, what do you want? They won't even allow you in. And they even put it there. The one at Ikoyi, they put it there that don't patronize touts. But they themselves are doing touting things. Because from the gate, they will start putting pressure. What do you want? I can help you. I can do this. So you can't even go straight to them. And when you look at it, sometimes it's so frustrating. Sheriff, let me tell you, you can't even apply online easily to get it. And that is the problem of incompetence. So when you bring someone...
You have not shared your story. I'm still waiting for your story. Oluwao. Oh my God. Okay, go on.
I tried to get mine the last time I went. I think it took about 3 months before the passport eventually came out. And as at that time, I know that I have to pay someone to help me to get it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been easy for me. That is just my own story. Thank you.
Okay. It's a short one after all. Thanks for calling me. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this NIS story is very, very close to my heart.
Oh, okay.
Everybody should go to jail, including all the controllers.
Oh, wow.
My son came into Nigeria last year, 2021.
Okay.
November.
Okay.
He applied for this pass. We couldn't do it online. Meanwhile, my neighbor had already applied online. When he got there, they told him he donated what he paid to federal government of Nigeria. He had to do it all over again. No refund. So I had to take my son to the passport office.
Okay. Which
for
one?
Anonymity.
Which one?
I do not want to name the location.
Okay. Okay.
They can figure it out.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But Ikoyi is number one on the list of people. They should just move them to Ikoyi prison. No trial.
Wow.
Now, I will from where Pastor just stopped. They did not allow this boy to capture. I think his capturing was 35,000. 35. I think they took 80,000 from. They are making. If federal government makes $1 billion, the staff had already made 1.5 billion.
My word.
Why can the banks not be engaged to do this thing for us for a fee? Federal government will take its money, they will reduce the backlog, there will be no backlog anywhere again. If you live outside Nigeria in saner climes, you do not even see them. Our passports have so many good security features. The UK, if you say you know the British passport does not have as many security features as the Nigerian passport. He could not get this passport since November 2021. I got this passport. This passport was issued April 2023. He came into Nigeria with an expired passport. He left Nigeria with an expired passport. Now to go further, he had the code when he was leaving.
Okay.
And at Muritala Mohammed Airport, they stopped him. They called me. I was in the car park. I saw the number. I picked the call. They said, "Are you so?" I identified myself. They said, "Your son is here to talk to you, but before he can speak with you, this is the problem. He's traveling with an expired." I said, "Yes. Your guys, they've captured him and they gave him a code."
Yeah.
Where is the code? I had to prepare to provide the code to this office. I still have the officer's number on my phone. I supplied the code through WhatsApp to the officer. Then they switch off. This boy, I was like, switch off. I couldn't get through again. So he left because he didn't have a Nigerian number. Do you know that when my son got to UK, he called me. He said, "Daddy, they took part of my school fees. £100.
Whoa.
In fact, they should be slapping them. They should be slapping Gallo for them. They should just no trial for them. They should just this thing I'm telling you is happening to all of us. I'm leaving this month. Everybody now go to Ikeja. Ikeja is a den of robbers. Alausa passport office. I hope their radio is working. They can hear me. Go as investigative journalists. Send people there. If Nigeria government is making 1 billion, they are making 1.5 billion. These guys are buying 10 million land here, 10 million land there. All of them have realtors working for them because money is coming
every day.
Every day. It's better than Agberu business.
Wow.
You will never succeed online if you try it. Go to our missions all over Nigeria. Go to Italian. That Nigerian mission in UK should be shut down. Half of the staff there are Indians, and we've taught them. If we can make money in front of them, they too can make money. Look at what they are doing in Sudan. You are paying $9 per head. You are paying $14 per head. That's NEMA. NEMA paying $9 to bring our children home.
Thank you.
And my children keep on asking me, will Nigeria get better?
Thank you.
Tell them, I can't tell them the truth, but now I'm telling them the truth.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your story, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's 8:14. Whew. Let's take another story. Good morning to you. Please turn off your radio. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Yes, good morning to you.
Yeah, this is a taxi from VI Lagos. Sheriff, I was just laughing when you were telling us your own experience. Then when you said you got your passport 5 years ago,
yes,
not saying you had it, fine. Please, Sheriff, I'm sure that your passport must have. I don't know when it's
about to this year.
Sorry?
This year.
Oh, you got it this year.
It will expire this year.
It will expire this year. Fine. I'm happy to expire this year, Sheriff.
So I should go and face it.
So that you will have the experience, you will get the experience. So you will know that what people are talking about, this passport people, is true. You might not believe it. So it might sound, as if it's a picture. You understand?
Yeah.
But I want you to go. Since it's going to expire this year, you have to go back and then maybe you will now come and tell us your experience.
Kai.
Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. Appreciate it. 8:15. Isaac is calling us on. Oh, Isaac is gone. Isaac, do try and call us back. Okay, let's jump on another call. Good morning to you. That call is gone too. We're going to take another one. Good morning to you. Morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Sheriff.
Good morning to you, madam.
Okay. In fact, it's now that we are discussing concerning the passport issue that I remember that I also captured since last year and I'm yet to get my passport back.
Excuse me, you are just remembering that you captured.
Honestly, I didn't even my mind. I didn't even remember. So honestly, you see, if Nigeria is going to change, we are the people that should change Nigeria. It's all our efforts. Because all our activities, we continue to blame government for everything. Once people are at the helm of affairs anywhere, human beings, especially in Nigeria here, you see, it's a source of making money. They want to make money out of everything. And the thing is that, in fact, if I had known, I would have just done 10 years. I did just 5 years so that you don't keep on going through this experience all the time. Honestly, it's quite shameful if they are all hearing. But Ikeja, I've been to Ikeja before and I've been to Ikoyi. The same story all over the place. So they should please let us find a way. Other areas where they issue passport. Honestly, you might not you don't get there before you get the passport. Now passport is done online in some places. Just submit the passport they have to your passport photograph, fill in your details online, and you will get this passport. But Nigerians, you are just making it difficult. We are the people. The incoming government should try as much as possible to do something on war against indiscipline. Especially this corruption. Corruption around everywhere. All government settings. Corruption. It will take us nowhere. Right. Thank you very much for reminding me with this topic.
So when are you going now? When are you going?
I'm supposed to. In fact, they said I should come back and collect it in maybe January. Okay. I've been there. I went there in February. They said it's not ready. And I forgot completely, honestly. It's just this now that you are talking about it that I tried to scroll through the number of the person I'm dealing with to give me this.
Did you have to pay extra? Did you have to pay more than usual?
I don't even do I even know the number?
I get it. I get that feel. Honestly, I do. I get it, honestly. Because sometimes you just, these things can be tiring. It's just, once you've lost interest, really. Pascal is on Skype. Let's speak with Pascal. Pascal, good morning to you.
Hello?
Morning, Pascal. Where are you calling us from?
I'm from Sheriff. Good morning. This is Pascal. I'm calling from Birmingham.
Welcome.
Okay, Sheriff, I want to just say something about this passport discussion.
Right.
Okay, now. Good morning, Sheriff. Can you hear me?
Yeah, please go on. Forget what you're listening to. Just talk to me directly, okay? You can switch that one off and just relate to me directly.
Okay, let me switch that off.
Thank you.
Okay, what I want to say is this. Okay, now can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, now, the problem has been that people goes to these offices and they are delayed and it takes them time before they'll get their passport back. I want to ask question. Are you sure the federal government is not behind these delays? Are you sure we shouldn't ask the officers working in passport office the challenges they are facing? Because nobody would want to delay any request for issuing passport for a long period of time, because it will also affect them. They may be having challenges that we don't understand. I'm not trying to speak for them.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm not trying to speak for them. Of course, this challenge may be more than them, and they don't even know how to let the people know that this is what they are facing. Because there was a time I spoke with someone in respect to this passport issue. He said that they've not gotten papers, as in the passport papers, the ones that they give out to people. They've not gotten it for like over 6 months. That the one they have to start giving it out to the most important people in the society. So my own take is that we should also talk to one of these officers from the passport office and let's get their challenges, what they are really facing. Thank you so much.
Pascal, thanks for calling. Appreciate it. He says, how about we hear from them to know whether they have challenges from their own end? I'm jumping on another call now. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, please. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning.
I was just laughing. My son came home to come and do passport.
Right.
He started June. He knows that till December, he has to leave to school, and I have to go there to go and give him the passport. Everybody, they are thieves. All those people working in that, especially Ikoyi. Even before you enter the gate, you have to know somebody. They will be asking you, no. I said, okay. Even the people that collected money from me, in fact, we fought. Sheriff, Nigeria is another thing. In fact, one of my friends told me that I would have allowed him to do it over there. I was like, okay, let him do 10 years. So that we will not even be having problem of all this coming. Sheriff,
right.
You know what I went through? I paid more than 150,000.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
150K.
So, yes. They say one clinical will sign 150 per person. I did my own saying I did my son. I did for my daughter. Honestly, Nigeria is no. Forget. Everywhere is corruption. Corruption everywhere. Everywhere. Even if they want to look for the passport, they will be asking you, you have to do me well, you have to do me well, you. After all, we pay for this thing, even more than enough. Nigeria is another thing, another problem. I'm tired of this country, please.
Thank
you, Sherry. Well done.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for sharing your thought. Frustration. Let's take this message here, or we're going to speak with Tony. After Tony, then we'll take some WhatsApp messages. Tony, how are you doing? Oh, no. So all of them are just mixing up together. You know what? Guys, let's take it one after the other. If you're in the diaspora and you like to join, one after the other, okay? Let's take this message. This person says, I just did my capture at Festac last Friday after paying 40K for a renewal, after I've paid the money since early March, and I was told that I will collect the booklet December. But if I want it in 2 weeks' time, I should pay another 20K. That's how bad things have been. The whole officers are badly corrupt. And I want to ask, please, does it mean that the booklet is not available again? If you're paying and you have to pay extra to get it, it means that the booklets are there. If the booklets are not available, then it will not be issued. Nobody will be getting. I think we're due for a break now. We need to step out. Let's step aside. Let's take this break. When we return after this break, we'll talk some more, Lagos. Join us again.
Round the clock, we'll bring the news,
sports,
events,
talk, and even more talk.
Crisis averted in aviation sector.
The conversation, your views and suggestions.
We talk on Nigeria Info.
No matter what you aspire to be in this life, sometimes you need somebody to hold you by the hand. Yes, you heard me right. So regardless of what profession you find yourself, you need mentorship and training. And trust me, talent is never enough. So if this is you, wanting to be a guru in the fashion industry or in the film industry, or you aspire to be a scriptwriter, a radio presenter, a musician, a theater performer, a dancer, this is something you should jump on. Do you know what I'm going to tell you? Just log on to www.wazobia.academy or www.wazobiaacademy.com for more inquiries on what I'm about to tell you, because I might not just tell you everything you need to know. But get this training that you're going to get in this academy is entirely on your mobile phone. You get up to 40% discount, highly subsidized fees with benefits. You even learn at your own pace, my dear. You get trained by local and international professionals, and wait for it, an opportunity to be selected to intern with leading organizations like Wazobia TV, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info FM, WEP Production, Fashion Branding, these are our Lagos, and leading filmmakers. Let me tell you about the high professionals that will train you. We are talking Kenny Ogungwe of Kenny's Music, M.I. Abaga, Lisa Folawiyo, Kathy Dotun of Cool FM, The Energy God, Kayla Oniwo, Stanley Ohikware, Ifoma Fafunwa, Solomon Esang, Theo from France, and many others. So what do you have to do? Log on to www.wazobiaacademy.com or www.wazobia.academy for details and payment options, or just call 0908-826-5038. The number is 0908-826-5038. But note, Wazobia Academy will never ask you to make payment into a personal bank account, so beware of scammers and fraudsters, okay? Register now and start learning. Top learners to be selected for internship opportunities.
This is an infomercial.
More talk, news and sports after this. AMVCA is here, and you already know what's about to go down. The glamour, the fashion, the awards, and of course, Pepsi Confang Bedu returns. Get ready to give it up, throw it down, pop along with the Queen and Pepsi Music Ambassador, Tiwa Savage, and she's got a warning for you.
You're gonna need more stamina.
Guess what? She ain't coming alone, cause she's got friends, and they're the baddest artists you know. This year's Confang Bedu returns rewired, reloaded, and proudly refreshed by Pepsi.
Make we scatter this place.
Feel the Bedu live at the AMVCA, happening on the 20th of May at Eco Hotel Victoria Island, or tune in to Africa Magic on DSTV and GoTV. Pepsi, confirm. Pepsi, thirsty for more.
This season just got bigger for you. Yes, you the audience. You can win a one-bedroom apartment just by watching the Big Family Dream TV show in our home play contest. Head on to www.bufferstudios.com now and click on home play to find out how. Also, follow all our social media handles at Big Family Dream, and you're on your way to winning a brand new one-bedroom apartment. You can also register your family for the next season of the Big Family Dream, the show where all your dreams can come true. Showing on this channels: African Magic Family, Sundays 5:30 p.m. TVC, Sundays 6 p.m. STV, Sundays 6:30 p.m. Royal Roots TV, Sundays 7:30 p.m. Wazobia Max, Sundays 8 p.m. YouTube live stream option is also available at Buffalo Studios TV on YouTube. Don't miss it. Terms and conditions apply. Proudly sponsored by AG Mortgage Bank PLC in association with Rights Foods and LifeMates Nigeria.
Celebrate Children's Day with Sure Gifts this year by participating in their Paint and Win contest. To participate, children between the ages of 5 to 11 should create a beautiful painting depicting their gift ever received. Upload it on Instagram on behalf of your child with the hashtag SureGiftsLittleArtist. Tag Sure Gifts and compete with other participants to win personalized vouchers from Sure Gifts. The first prize gets 150,000 naira worth of gift vouchers. The second prize gets 100,000 naira worth of gift vouchers. The third prize gets 50,000 naira worth of gift vouchers. That's not all. Other entries that made it to the top 10 qualify for a gift voucher of 10,000 naira each. Entries are open from 8 a.m. May 6th to 8 p.m. May 21st, 2023. You must be following Sure Gifts on Instagram for your entry to be valid. Terms and conditions apply.
AMVCA is here, and you already know what's about to go down. The glamour, the fashion, the awards, and of course, Pepsi Confang Bedu returns. Get ready to give it up, throw it down, pop along with the Queen and Pepsi Music Ambassador, Tiwa Savage, and she's got a warning for you.
You gonna need more stamina.
Guess what? She ain't coming alone, cause she's got friends, and they're the baddest artists you know. This year's Confang Bedu returns rewired, reloaded, and proudly refreshed by Pepsi.
Make we scatter this place.
Feel the Bedu live at the AMVCA, happening on the 20th of May at Eco Hotel Victoria Island, or tune in to Africa Magic on DSTV and GoTV. Pepsi, confirm. Pepsi, thirsty for more.
Looking for a better way to give reward. Yeah, you want show your body love. For you, you no need to bother anymore. Just dial the code 6700. Instant cash will go switch your belly. Whenever you recharge, you pay your bills. Win 5K, 200 million. 6700. You fit buy the token for yourself. Give them to your family and your friends. Or you go purchase the token. 6700. Anytime and any day. Any bill you want to pay. Just use the code.
Terms and conditions apply.
I really want to change my phone, and I'm seeing this new Samsung phone.
So what's stopping you from getting it?
I heard it's very expensive to fix the Samsung screen.
That's a myth right now.
For real?
Samsung introduces Easy Fix for your Samsung mobile device screen. You can fix your Samsung A14 screen with as low as 16,000 Naira only. And Samsung A04, A04E, and A04S with as low as 12,500 Naira. Hurry up to the closest service center to you to enjoy these amazing benefits from Samsung.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the biggest football fan festival is back. It's Goal Fest, the Festival of Champions. Featuring exciting games, food, comedy, live music by some of the very best Nigerian music superstars. And you can watch the UEFA Champions League final on a huge screen. Goal Fest 2023 will take place on the 10th of June at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Amadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time 2 p.m. Get your tickets now available at www.goalfestnigeria.com. Goal Fest 2023 is powered by Femi and the Gang and Football Republic. Proudly refreshed by Pepsi.
Sponsored by BetWinner.
Hello, Mrs. Martins.
Yes. Oh, Mrs. Johnson, how may I help you?
Junior's body temperature is high and he's complaining about headaches and body aches.
Not to worry. Get Bruston and suspension.
Okay, ma. I'll call you back.
Bruston and Suspension for Children is a sweet-tasting brand of ibuprofen which provides relief against toothache, pains, and fever in children after 30 minutes.
Hello, ma. Oh, Junior, stop that.
Is everything okay, Mrs. Johnson?
Yes, ma. Junior is fine now. In fact, Junior, sorry, ma. I'll call you back.
Brustin and Suspension for Children. Always take the product after meal. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. A quality product from Rambaxay.
Colors, they add meaning to our lives. From birth and naming of a child.
May your life be rich and potent as the red palm oil.
Amen! Colors tell of the feelings in our hearts.
Aww.
Through rainbow-like roses or even bubbly emojis. Colors speak of our distinctive ancestry through the shade of our skin. Colors are in the bright garbs we wear to impress, or the deluxe coat we give our buildings.
Wow, this is so beautiful.
And with our proudly Nigerian deluxe paints now available in any color, express your world however you want it. Visit a Deluxe Color Center to get any color instantly.
Dulux, let's color.
Are you tired of using ordinary lubricants that fail to give your engine the power and protection it deserves? Introducing Shell Helix Lubricants, now available in Nigeria. No more frequent visits to the mechanic. No more funny noise coming from your engine. No more abnormal fuel consumption. You can now say goodbye to all that smoke from your car's exhaust.
Shell Helix Lubricants uses Pure Plus technology, a technology that protects your engine from dirt, gets rid of impurities, and improves engine performance. Need guaranteed engine protection? Use Shell Helix Lubricants. Now available at AP and NU service stations nationwide.
The Institute of Directors Nigeria is excited to announce its 40 years of existence. It's been 4 decades of visionary leadership and corporate governance, and we couldn't have done it without you. Join us for an evening of glamour and celebration at a special anniversary gala as we take a trip down memory lane to commemorate our journey so far. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chairman of the occasion, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR. Guest of honor, His Excellency Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, FIOD, Governor, Lagos State. Alhaji Abdul Samad Rabiu, FIOD, CON, Chairman, PUA Group. Chief Host, Dr. Mrs. Ijen Jidemma, FIOD, President and Chairman of Council, IOD Nigeria. Date, Wednesday, 17th May 2023. Venue, Eco Hotel and Suites, Victoria Island, Lagos, by 5 p.m. prompt. For sponsorship and participation, please call 0706 461 3903 or visit www.iodnigeria.org. IOD Nigeria, inspiring leaders, safeguarding business.
Uncle Dentist, what are cavities and how does Colgate protect my teeth from cavities? Does it use Kung Fu?
No, dear. Most tooth pains are caused by tooth holes called cavities. When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavities.
It's time to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Keeps cavities out!
Colgate is recommended by the Nigerian Dental Association.
That friend wish up for you where you go fit rely on. And no matter the weather, he go always stay your side. Opportunity,
Need a customized account with zero bank charges? Smooth banking with no stress? Choose to partner that enables limitless possibilities. Free transfer to other banks, free ATM card, and delivery. Download Paralex Bank app now.
Open account with Paralex Bank.
Paralex Bank.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that! My peak protein breakfast with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with Peak Protein Breakfast. Have you had yours? Peak. Reach for your peak. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info. When the news breaks.
When people need to be heard.
With interviews that matter.
Trust your number one talk station to have you covered.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It all starts with you.
You need information. We need your views.
Most of all, your officer and your official, they are very, very corrupt in that system.
Yeah, the deed has been done. As regards to the disaster, all the time we will come here and complain about insecurity. And this military are doing well today. We are not commending them.
Your part of Nigeria Info.
Your part of the conversation.
99.3.
Let's talk. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to the Morning Crossfire 99.3 Nigeria Info. Originally, we had said we were going to talk about the epidemic of drug addiction. But then we're going to do this for 3 days, okay? We're going to do drug addiction conversation today, tomorrow, and on Wednesday. But then that story came up about immigration officers, 80 being put on trial and 8 have been dismissed. And then we thought to hear people's stories concerning their effort in getting their passport or renew their passport. And we've been hearing quite a lot this morning. Let's go to social media. Let's take some thoughts in. Rita says on YouTube, my capture date was 9th of March. Up till now, I have not captured because my NIN had some errors. I paid 45k to rectify this since February 2023, but day in, day out, the portal is down. You see, that NIN is another conversation. Perhaps for another day, because I've been getting report as to their portal, their network always down. Yeah, I don't know how true that is. Well, that's a conversation right there. Adewale Ogun says the whole point of online application is to make it easier for the applicant and government, but Nigerian staff are good at still putting cogs in the wheel of what should be a straightforward process. Adewale on YouTube drop that. Raphael says passport is now what now? It's now black and white. The quality is an eyesore. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what Raphael is saying, that the quality has really, really dropped. Raphael, thank you. We're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on YouTube as well. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch on Facebook and on YouTube. Okay, please join us and drop your comment on there. Adragbemi on our Facebook Live says there's something they call fast track. After you capture, it means you have to pay 15k extra to receive your passport because as of January 2023, they were processing October 2023 passport. No, I don't understand. No, I'm confused. Adragbemi, please clarify. I don't understand that part. All right. Well, thank you. Let's hear some more stories. 0700 993 993 993 and 01 465 7190 for the ladies. Good morning to you.
Hello.
Morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Yes, please.
I would like to remain anonymous if that's fine.
That's fine. It's fine.
Okay. So what I have to say is that Nigerians were quite a peculiar set of people. Okay. Last year, I mean a year and a half, I needed to travel. I needed to take my mother to Egypt for a surgery. She was down with stage 4 cancer, and I went to the passport office initially, right? And what my experience just demoralized me, and I just turned about. I decided not to continue with the process because doing things the right way has become so difficult for an average Nigerian. So, cut the long story short, I had to, make a few calls and all that. And I got my passport the same day.
Did you say the same day?
Same day.
Same day.
Same day. I got my passport the same day.
No way.
Yes, I got it the same day. Right? So what I'm trying to say, of course, that's why I made that comment that doing the right thing as an average Nigerian has become so difficult. So what I have realized is there's evidently a problem with the process. That's one. Now, two, typical Nigerians, everybody just wants to make quick money. So the officers make the process difficult. And Nigerians, being the kind of people we are, we want things done fast. So since the officers have made the process a bit difficult, there are people who want passports urgently. So they are willing to pay extra funds, extra money to get these passports urgently. So, I mean, that's just what it is. But if the process is reviewed from top to bottom, I mean, we would have peace. It will be clearer for everyone, and it will be seamless for everyone. So that's just my contribution today. Thank you.
Thank you, Anonymous, for sharing your thought. Appreciate it. Oh, okay. I'm going to take a few tweets now. I'm on Twitter. Chinagorum says the person that said fast track at Ragbemi, I think, meant express. You have to pay more. That's for express now to get your passport within 2 weeks. And that's what Chinagorum said. If you want express, they'll give you express service. Okay. All right. Okay. I hear you. It's 8:44. From 8:45, we'll be entering into the realm of the sponsorship of Leadway Pensions. They are the ones that have sponsored the 8:45 to 9 o'clock hour. Leadway Pensions that will be giving us some messages as we go along within that 15 minutes belt. Okay, now let's take one more call. Good morning to you. That call has dropped. Let's hear another story. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Nii.
You're welcome, Nii. Talk to me.
Yeah, I have an experience like that at Alimonshaw passport.
Okay.
So after paying in December, my passport is not coming out till May. So after I do the capturing on May, they told me to fast track it.
Yeah.
So I have to pay another extra 20,000 naira for fast track. And the funniest part, the person that collected the money, I gave him the money in Ikoyi in December. Okay. Even with my wife that went to do all the processing, they collected the money from my wife, from my wife and I both together at around 70,000 naira. Even we did a transfer to him.
Okay.
So he did even if my wife called him, he would be shouting on my wife that I wanted to help you. So the day I didn't normally call him.
Okay.
But the day I called him, I said, Mister, you are not helping us. We are paid for this thing. Mm-hmm. Can you do this thing? Because I don't want to come to your office and come and show myself. So then he started coming down. Even as I'm talking to you, my wife just did it, capturing last 2 weeks.
Last 2 weeks.
And he has not even collected the passport. They told her to come after 2 months. So December to that around August, that's about 8 months for a passport.
Right.
Even if you want me to send the details of the man, I can send it. His number, his picture, his phone number.
It's okay. It's fine.
I think a lot has to be done at the International Passport Immigration Office.
Right.
Both Ikoyi, Alimosho, Ikeja. A total flushing has to be done there. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing your story. Appreciate it. I mean, look, the stories this morning have been quite overwhelming and disappointing, to say the least. Morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff. Good morning. Hi. Okay, so for me, surprisingly, I think it was even 2021, and I needed to renew my passport.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, okay, there's no point. I think I even went to the Koyi passport office to make inquiries, right?
Okay.
But I still went ahead to do the needful online, which I did myself, made the payment. For now, build, I needed to submit the original copies. But getting there, from the get itself, they were already asking, what are you here for, new or renewals, or to even have the contact. Sure. Hello, can you hear me?
I'm with you loud and clear.
Yes. Don't have the contact person or something. Besides that, although I have someone in there.
Okay.
But even getting to my so-called contact person, they look again on who sent you, why should you go online today? It was pretty obvious that it was the case of you could have told me, I would have done the whole thing for you instead of you going online.
Yeah.
So it took a while. It took a lot of dragging and calling the referral to talk to him for him to even help. So it took less than 2 to 3 months. They're about to get it. Well, at the point of capturing again, they realized that NIN had issues, so I had to pay extra money to get my NIN done. That was another delay. Then, when I was done after the 3 months duration, I just had to keep the guy.
Right.
So I think that's my own experience as regards passport. But if you don't have someone in there, forget it.
Forget it if you don't have anybody in there.
Yeah, you need to have someone, not just someone that has legs and can do the needful. That can talk to people to hurry up and get this thing done.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
It's not.
That's unfortunate, really. Oh, sorry, I thought you're done. I mean, it's pretty unfortunate that the process itself cannot run without interference by middlemen, because that's what's happening here now. Let's hear a message from our sponsors. Leadway Pension. So is here. So good morning to you.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Now we're talking about Leadway Pensions, and we've been hearing so many stories about issues that are happening. But this one is a good one. Is one that will lift your spirits because we're talking about pension. And somebody will ask, what's a pension? Okay, it's a periodic payment made to a retirees account. And what kind of account is this? A retirement savings account. And then this this money that is sent to this account is gotten from, when the person is in active service, the person gets a salary. So from the salary, monies are deducted and then sent to this retirement savings account for his pensions, for after the days of, being laid off. No, not laid off anyway, but, leaving active service, so that you can have something, as a cushion and life goes on. Now, without this RSA account, that means there is no plan for the person in the days of retirement. No plan at all whatsoever. The person can now slip into depression, has money anxiety and all that, because if you do not have this account, the RSA, I'm taking it that slow so that you understand, and that means the retirement savings account, it means no money was removed to be sent to that account from anywhere, and that means you have no footing after retirement. Now, what are the benefits you will get from having this account from Leadway Pension? I laugh because it's very, 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 very interesting and very, very cushioning, if that's a word in English. Okay. Now, it gives you a prompt benefit payment, meaning you can get easily getting things in your benefits answered. Apart from that, you get efficient customer service. You get so many things there. You get prompt resolution. You get so many things on top of the matter. And then apart from that, you also get, consistent, innovative solutions. Consistent, innovative solutions, meaning they can give you solutions to so many issues, issues of life, when someone does not work any longer. Hey, English. Anyway, when you are now retired, you will get a lot of benefits with this account. And then easy, if you want to own this kind of account, because it's by Leadway Pensions, you just call them on their phone line. That is 0128 00 800. I'll take that number again, 0128 00 800. Call them on that line. Somebody will be there to pick it up, or follow them on Instagram and send them a DM. And their name on Instagram is Leadway Pension PFA. Leadway Pension PFA on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. It's very, very important for you to have this kind of account, because without this, retirement is not going to be, an easy thing. And it's for retirees. Don't come and tell me now. Let me go back to me. Don't come and tell me now that one thing and one thing has happened to you. My brothers, my sisters, do not sit on a bicycle.
So thank you. I am not going to sit on the bicycle myself. Thank you so much for the message.
All right, thank you.
And many thanks to our sponsors, Leadway Pensions, as well, for backing us with these 15 minutes left on the show for this hour, that is. It's 8:53. Let's jump on another call now and hear more stories.
Hello?
Good morning to you. Yes,
hello,
please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Zino. I'm calling from Aguda, Surulere.
Welcome.
Yes. I have some complaints regarding my passport processing.
Oh, yeah, no. Let's hear.
Okay, so I'm trying to process a change of name as well as the reissue of passport since last year. And the process has been going on for far too long. I've submitted all my documents. I did capture in January. Until now, as I'm talking to you now, whenever I go to the office to ask why, they tell me that the thing has not dropped somewhere in Abuja. It has not dropped in AA, so they cannot issue me my passport. I'm tired. I'm tired.
I know.
I'm trying to. The thing is causing me so much stress. I have to take time off work to go to check at Festac what is happening. Can you help me ask your guests what they can do to help me, please? I'm tired.
So I unfortunately, I really do not have a guest in here, but I get the frustration. It can be really tiring from the stories I've heard today. What I can do is, right, let's plan ahead. Let's bring some immigration officials into the studio, at least those that can talk. I will see who I can bring that can speak as an authority for immigration. Then we can further drill into this particular development and let people get their questions answered as well. Perhaps that way it will bring some sort of... I mean, this is impromptu, to be very honest with you. We saw this in the news this morning, and I decided to bring it up and table it so we can talk about it. But next week, I will try as much as possible to bring somebody from immigration on the show so we can have this conversation, because it's bigger than I had thought. Isaac, let's hear you. Isaac, hi, good morning to you. Morning, Isaac. Are you here?
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Sheriff.
Morning, sir.
My name is Isaac. I'm speaking from UK.
Welcome.
Thank you for picking my call. I had a nasty experience with the immigration. My first passport I did in 2007, and it went well, and everything was okay. When it expired in 2012, I was to renew the passport. I did on that was I think that was the first time. The 2007 was the first time they started the biometrics.
Okay.
So I was told that there was an error when I wanted to renew, and I had to go to Abuja. I applied online for like 2 months, 3 months. Nothing happened. I went to Abuja. When I got to Abuja, they told me online didn't work, and then I had to pay. All the effort was frustrated. I paid, and after I paid, I got the passport.
Okay.
I traveled with the passport several times to the UK, and unfortunately, when it expired in 2018, I went back to renew. I was told that I had double data. That the first passport was not renewed, that another one was created.
Was issued to you.
And yes, was issued. You know, before I even knew, I did passport for my family, and I tried to renew my own. When we went to collect, the one for my family came out, and my own was said to have an issue. I was on this thing for more than 2 years.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, I tried online. I tried threatening to sue. How come they didn't know that I had data before? I had to go back to Abuja. Maybe I can locate the people that did the first one, or to no avail. Mr. Sheriff, I spent over $500,000 to get my passport.
No.
I'm telling you, I spent to get the passport, the one I now traveled with now, over $500,000.
That's unfortunate.
So it's very terrible there. In fact, they tell you as if they do you a favor. You don't have a choice. If you want, you can go. You will still come back because you need it. It's so frustrating. I think the news this morning, Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your thought. Appreciate it. As we wrap up this quarter hour with Leadway Pensions, let's hear Soso again.
Okay, this one is one I know that works, and it is Leadway Pensions. And this one is monies gotten from your own salary, kept aside for you for retirement, and it's sent to your RSA account, that is retirement savings account, and you have a lot of benefits there. So let's save, let's plan for retirement. So for you now to do that, it's very easy. Call them on their phone line. Who are you calling? Leadway Pension, and it is 0128000800, or send them a DM on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and their name there is Leadway Pension PFA.
So thank you again for coming through. Appreciate. Many thanks to our sponsors as well, Leadway Pensions, for backing up with this quarter hour sponsorship. It's 8:58 going on 59. I may not have the time to entertain any calls right now, but I think I can take some messages as quickly as possible. We're going to go to WhatsApp to go take this one here that says, after spending additional 25K for getting my passport from Alausa Passport Office. I have to suffer again at the UK Visa Office in Ikeja. I submitted my passport and traveling documents at the UK Visa Office Ikeja on 3rd November 2022 after waiting for 90 days without getting call or email from the UK Visa Office for collection. I proceeded to the collection office and I was told that my passport has been sent back to processing office in VI because I did not come and pick it. I told them that I was not sent any email for pickup, and the lady turned the system at me, showing that they sent an email to the email address on my document. Wow, it's a long one. In conclusion, my passport can't be found till today, and the agents kept telling me, that my passport has been taken to Abuja office. I'm very worried.
Talk is what we do.
The youth of Nigeria have historically been apathetic towards the electoral process. There's no way for the youth to participate in mainstream fields like oil and gas, banking, and so on. The youth are actively excluded from those fields. And so we just created our own way in tech.
Informed analysis, reliable, accurate.
We actually advocate you get your eyes checked at least once a year. When you go for an eye check, the routine things they do for you is to check your visual acuity. Visual acuity is how good you see. A lot of us don't actually know that we don't see so well. But because, like I said earlier, we can count money, we think we're doing very well.
Your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 9 o'clock.
The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The big stories we're tracking for you at this time. Nigerian chef Hilda Basi surpasses world cooking record of 87 hours set by an Indian chef as she claims to reach goal of 96 hours later today. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu visits Hilda and urges young people to support the Nigerian chef in her attempt to set new world record. Presidential candidates Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar show support for Nigerian chef Hilda Basi. FG alleges that 160 women in Sudan are claiming to be Nigerians but have no passport to back them. NEMA confirms that over 2,500 Nigerians evacuated from Sudan. Terrorists kidnapped village head and 49 others, including women and children, in Niger State. Almost 40 residents of community in Nasarawa killed by suspected herdsmen. Police in Anambra State arrest woman for abusing 8-year-old house help. IG of police orders arrest of musician Sheun Kuti for assaulting police officer. Road users appeal to INEC in River State to remove barricade cordoning off premises as it causes gridlock on Aba Road in Port Harcourt. Nimet predicts 3 days of sunshine and cloudiness across Nigeria. Turkish election likely to go to a runoff as President Erdogan and major challenger yet to get majority vote with over 90% of votes declared. Barcelona wins first league title since 2019 as Arsenal's Premier League title chances suffer setback. These are the stories that we're tracking at this time here on Nigeria Info 99.3. I'm Sheriff Quadry. We continue with the crossfire. Now let's talk about the pandemic of drug addiction. This next on the crossfire.
The Voice Note on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
From independence till that, what we've had are a bunch of people, good people in many respects, but stumbling into power with no text, with absolutely no idea what they're going to do with power. In part because successive presidents have always been brought from somewhere on parachutes to become presidents of Nigeria. The result of all this, we have a severely fractured nation that is neither going nor coming. And every time a government comes in, it proves to be worse than the one that came before. But I think what is most important and most significant is that we need, going forward, to think a little bit more clearly about where are we, how are we hurting, and why are we hurting? Because every segment of this country is hurting. People who are from the south think, well, we are suffering because the northerners have taken over everything. Northerners say, well, we're suffering because the southerners control almost all the economy. The minorities say we complain because the dominant ethnic groups are the ones that are persecuting us. Truth of the matter, we are in this together. We either hang together or we will hang separately.
It all starts with you.
You need information. We need your views.
All your officer and your officials are very, very corrupt in that system.
Yeah, the deed has been done. As regards to the disaster,
All the time we will come here and complain about insecurity. And the military are doing well today. We are not commending them.
You're part of Nigeria Info.
You're part of the conversation.
99.3.
Let's talk. Here on Info, they call us on time.
Because we bring it right on time.
Anybody that wants to remove something to sort of abuse and repair our environment.
You don't have to be an ordinary man or a governor to be whipped into line.
There is no justification for madness. It is madness for a reason.
Serve it all here. Be the real that recognizes real.
It's 99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk.
Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Yes, 99.3 Nigeria Info. A very lovely morning to you. Thank you, Lagos, for staying here since 5 a.m. This is the last hour of the show. On Monday, we have an extended version of the Crossfire that terminates at 10, not 9, okay? I'm Sheriff Quadry. So let's get on with our second conversation on the Crossfire today, and that is about that problem of drug addiction that we always talk about. Last week we promised that we're going to have a series on this week, and we're going to have it back to back for 3 days, this conversation. Tomorrow we'll try and get some doctors on the show that can speak to this conversation. But for now, let's get a feel of what the situation is like on the streets, how it's going, the reality, not academic now, the reality of what drug addiction is doing on the street. And to do that, I have the ED of Executive Director of Tuga Care Foundation on the show, Akin Fatuga is here. Akin, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
How are you doing?
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you for having us once again.
We're going to jump right into it because of the enormity of our conversation. Last week when we were having a conversation about a particular headline, and I found out that quite a number of people left all the headlines, and we're not talking about drug addiction, drug abuse, and everything. Then I became more aware that this thing is not going anywhere. It's almost like it's not reducing. But what's the reality on the streets? I mean, you work with survivors, you work with addicts, you work with people that are currently going through this, and you told me the last time that these people are seen as victims. What's the reality on the street?
The reality, truly, thank you, Sheriff, is that we're at an alarming state generally in the nation. Just a quick one. I was just going through some stuff on the press, and I saw this article this morning on one of these, whatever, and it was talking about a young man that killed his mother.
That's right.
Because he wanted to get funds, 10,000 naira, to go and do.
He wanted 20,000. Then the mother now gave him 10,000 to buy clothes for burial.
So it shows the enormity. This was somewhere in
River State.
River State. Thank you very much. So what are we saying is it's not predominant or secluded in a particular region of the country. It's a common ground problem, and we need to find a middle ground of how we can deal with these issues. Why is it so? Continually we're talking about our youth. Why is it so? Everybody had been a youth somewhere, sometime.
That's right.
And without those youths, there is no future. And I can tell you, we're looking at a program that we're trying to do, drug addiction in relation, drug and alcohol problems and issues and disorders in relations to criminal gangs, cultism, on campus and off campus, that's around the campus. So we're trying to look at the symposium. Can we bring heads together and see? Because these are heavy things. And what am I trying to say is, wherever you go, in the high school, in the junior high school, in the university campuses, there's availability of substances that the youths abuse.
I've heard that before about our secondary schools. I hear now that little children now, they've taken to drugs. That they now, how true is this?
It is very true. Why is it so? I'm not going to talk about solutions. Let's even talk about the prevalence of what's going on. you asked me something one day. I don't know, maybe I should jump into that, but let me just leave that. We have youths and children, not even young men, not even teenagers. You have them using drugs. Some are in the school, some are out of school children, but they are our children. They are Nigerians, and they are within this our territory of control and domain of help. So we need to talk about it. And these are very heavy issues when the country cannot mind their children and be very conscious of putting them straight. They will become problem for the society.
What are those type of drugs that you're aware that our young people now abuse the more? The last time, I think it was last week, that people were telling me all kinds of drugs and how they do it. That sometimes they put it in a bottle and you think that it's these fizzy drinks that they have there, but then these are hard drugs. And I'm wondering, I mean, how bad can it get? I mean, what are these drugs that you find on the streets that are being commonly abused?
The list is getting bigger, Sheriff. Do you want to start from ice? There's now ice in the streets of the country.
There's one called ice.
Yes, which is more like an opioid. Okay. Basically, the ice thing is focused towards all these Southeast Asian countries.
Okay.
Initially, let's say like 10, 15 years ago, it's a labor force drug to make them work like 40 hours overtime without feeling it. But now we have it in Nigeria. We have what you call synthetic marijuana in Nigeria, which is highly toxic and highly dangerous. And these things are coming from across the borders sometimes. Now you want to talk about your casual kush, Arizona, loud, Canadian loud. Then you want to talk of alcohol itself is a drug. Because when it comes to children and they start tampering and messing with it, it becomes an abuse and it involves them and it becomes dangerous and it changes their character, it changes their attitude, it changes their focus in life. So we have what you call molly. You have your ref is still raging. So you have mixture of potpourri. You're not even talking of people that are sniffing gum, they're doing petrol, they're doing all sorts of dangerous. Some are just exploring. But the regular ones are what we're talking about. So you'll find ice on the streets of Lagos. You find ice dealers and ice importers. You find Arizona dealers in the streets of Lagos, for example.
They're right there on the street.
Yes, you will find Colorado. Apart from your regular cocaine, heroin, and everything that's been raining for decades. So you're having molly, you're having ref.
More synthetic drugs now are coming out.
Yes, I've even talked about things like just what you mentioned, your codeine, your whatever, and all that stuff. So the list is getting longer. The list is getting longer, really.
Okay, so all of these things are happening. There are people that seem to think that government is not doing enough. You work with these victims every now and again. You work with rehabilitating them and all of that. What can you tell us about government's involvement in the entire process?
You need to look at it holistically, in a way, Sheriff. You have to look at what will the government do. You will start from the customs. Some things are coming through the border.
Yeah.
Is the government stopping them? You'll start from the LEAs.
And the LEA.
Law enforcement agencies.
Right.
NDA, the pivot of them. You will look at other law enforcement agencies like the police and every other thing. Yes, they can try. But it's like hydro head trouble and problems. When you're putting it down one place, it's coming, our borders are porous. The nature of the economy are driving a lot of people to crime, making them very susceptible. The nature of the economy is taking our children away from being engaged in very responsible manner. And the affordability of education for some people and for their children, it's a big task. So all they sometimes come back to the society and to the communities and play all these things out.
Great. What's the role of the community in this conversation? Because you and I know that these people, these drug peddlers, they are right there on the street. Sometimes they are neighbors. They are customers too. They are children. And then everybody is just pretending as though it's a normal thing. Last week when this conversation came up, a gentleman called in from Delta. He's from Delta, but he's in Lagos. And he said he went home, lately, and one of those druggies were trying to harass him. He took his own younger brother to stand up to that other drug because they're all friends. They're all age mates, which means that you know that this particular person has taken to drugs. You know that this particular person is selling drugs, but then the community just move on. It's almost like there's nothing anybody can do.
The community. Surely community can do something, Sheriff. We need to promote more awareness and sensitization and tell them the negative other side of what they think they are rewarded with in terms of their finances. A community develops acceptance, then it now develops tolerance. And mind you, every crime community and every drug community exists within a community. Those that use drugs are not spirits. The ones that sell them are either virtual nor spirits. Even when you say you're ordering it online, there'll be a physical delivery at one point where man will talk to man, drop something for man, no matter the distance. So, but people need to, first of all, have a mindset of not to be a cold killer of other people. Can you have an empathy and say, I'm selling these things, but supposing it was my child? Suppose it was my brother that I'm doing in. And how would I feel with all the efforts we've put on the children, or all the efforts we put on our brother? He starts going to college. He now becomes a Colorado addict. A Colorado addict is wanting more. He's coming back for more. It becomes, it affects everything about his life, his status, his home, his character, his health, and everything. But he's still coming for more, because that's what addiction is all about. So we're breeding a lot of addicts because we have availability. Now, would we say the NDL is not working? Absolutely.
I was going to come there.
Absolutely wrong, Sheriff. I was on the street. We have a feel with the ground all the time because we are working with communities. We partner them all the time. So we get information, we will get calls. NDLA has been here. They've arrested so, and they've taken so, and they've busted trap houses, and they've done all that. But you see, it's just like a quicksand thing. You dip in, you take something, it's covered back all over again. So it has to be a continuous thing. But the mindset of the people, I was telling you about your holistic approach. There's this social welfare area for Nigerians that's not being met. The gaps are getting bigger. The gaps are getting wider.
So more people are taking to drugs as a coping mechanism.
You can say that again. Apart from people are even abusing prescription drugs.
That's
we
right.
have medical people that are abusing prescription drugs. We have high-class people that are abusing prescription drugs, and it's not just that. A lot of people there's a level of frustration sometimes that bring loneliness that leads into depression. So addiction is all about a reward part of the brain that tells you this thing makes me feel good. I want it. Then you now go for more. You now go for more. And it now gets worse.
And your tolerance level keeps going up and
up and on. It now becomes a medical thing. Even at that stage, addiction says it becomes a disease. So it's not the substance itself, It's what the substance brings in that makes it a disease.
I want to talk to you about some black spots when it comes to drug peddling and all of that in Lagos and what you feel. I mean, how do you think we've handled such black spots? People can mention Ojuno, they can mention, is it Alaka or something in Mushin? They can mention other areas that are known, for drugs business in Lagos, but yet those areas are still standing. Okay.
The dynamics are very deep. We already said about a community acceptance and a community tolerance. And what do you mean by acceptance? You have leaders in communities. And when the acceptance comes, the leaders have an awareness of this is going on in my domain. The tolerance point is the leaders have accepted and moved from the level of acceptance to tolerate it. So what does that play out? You now see legion of different users come to that area to pick up whatever they need to buy. However it is, there are children getting in the mix too. They don't like it. But it hardens them the more. Because if it's happening to their children, they don't care whose children it's happening to. So that's what we're seeing in communities.
How about on the part of government? I mean, a government that is having this sort of because this is a pandemic, right? This sort of a drugs problem, and still keeps quiet.
And it's not that.
Or there's this seeming quiet from the government side.
I think the government, the way I see it, is for us to move nearer to solutions. The government should enforce true community leaders, true landlords and house owners in different communities, because they are the major stakeholders. Yes, there are laws that say if they are selling drugs in your house, if we catch you, you lose the house. But there should be a two-way connection area where the people that wants to give information, and they will not be vulnerable and be at risk for what you call casual violence. Casual violence is one of the things that bring what you call silence and the culture of silence. And the culture of silence, you know what that means, and the impact it does in every other thing.
Right, right. Okay, let's take a few calls and hear from people quickly, and let's get some contribution in as regards this conversation we're having this morning. 0700 993 993 993 and 01465 7190 for the ladies. Let's get your thought on that issue of drug addiction, drug abuse, that we have in this part of the world. It is getting out of control. I've seen many videos of people on drugs. There was one time I saw a video of a lady who, from that video, it was said that she was dumped by a moving car, and then she was standing awkwardly. I think her head was back, stretched backwards and everything. And a lot of people in that video were saying, what if you should go? What if you go? Then somebody now said, it's drugs. And the person now mentioned the drugs. I mean, that was the first time I can't even remember the name of the drugs. And that's what the drugs, that's what it does to people. It can make you bend somewhere. It can make, it's something else. Let's take some calls in. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Sheriff.
Good morning, madam.
My name is Shayo, calling from Mafuluku.
Welcome.
God bless your guest, dear. Mr. Sheriff, my own brother, my own blood brother, who is 17 years, takes Colorado. They begged him to go to school. He said, no, he's not going to school. Okay, go and learn work. For the past 5 years, he's been learning tailor. No avail. He knows not. Last night, he went to take it. They came to call us after that. We should come and carry my brother. He's sleeping on the road, main road.
Wow.
17 years old. Mr. Jerry, I'm a blind person. I would gather money to go back for my rehabilitation. I want to get typewriter to go for my rehabilitation.
Yeah.
You took the 10,000, which I kept. I'm now at home. I can't go back for my rehabilitation, which I am supposed to complete the program this year.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry, Shayo. I'm sorry. You're saying?
I said sorry about that, Shayo. That's very heavy. We really do feel with you. We want Nigerians to listen to you and see people that can do interventions and
right.
Maybe.
Let's take another call before the break comes in. Good morning to you.
Mr. Sheriff, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Dambaba.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. I think
Dambaba, if you don't mind, I'd love for you to call me back, please.
All right.
So sorry. Thank you. Let's go to break, Lagos. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Why are they my first choice? Bros, it makes sense. No minimum deposit. Small money. That's all I had to start. And quick withdrawals on call. Oh yeah, those payouts saved me sometimes. Click withdraw. Correct. But my main reason for choosing Share for You, I had plenty to learn. The number one thing my papa always taught was to learn from winners. That's what I do every day. You have seen me copy winning traders with shareforyou.com. Abi, simple.
What do you expect from a cab?
I expect a decent car, courteous driver, and very professional.
I expect security, safety, and comfort.
I expect effective, timely, and great attitude. It's here. Hi-Ride app in Nigeria. Hi-Ride Cars. Hi-Ride offers commission for drivers in Nigeria. Feel comfortable with maximum security anytime you ride with Hi-Ride. Get rewarded on points with each ride. Get cash back on card payment after every ride with lots of incentives. You also have the option of fixed fare or fare estimate. Download the app on App Store and Play Store.
Hi-Ride.
Hi-Ride.
Hi-Ride. Hi-Ride. Choose your fare. Let's ride.
Terms and conditions apply.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that! My peak protein breakfast with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with peak protein breakfast. Have you had yours? Peak. Reach for your peak.
My friend, you don't buy new mattress?
Yeah, so they even dash me bag of rice join.
For real?
It is real.
Buy any Mocha Flora or Mocha Wellbeing Regina mattress with 2 pillows and get a bag of rice free. Visit any accredited Mocha dealer nationwide to purchase. Offer valid while stocks last. Terms and conditions apply. Mocha, adding comfort to life.
Being the best.
All right, tape rolling. Take 50. Action.
Requires doing whatever it takes.
Cut. Let's go again.
So, as you give it your best shot.
Tape rolling. Take 51. Action.
Stay energized with Super Commando energy drink. And fire on.
Super Commando.
Fire on to the African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards 2023.
Super Commando.
Super Commando energy drink. Fire on.
Mommy, when I grow up, I want to be like JJ.
Wow! Like JJ Okocha?
No, Mommy. JJ, the chosen one.
He's an enemy's chosen one. Has hunters on the run.
Join JJ at Upbeat Center on the 13th, 14th, 20th, 21st, 26th, and 27th of May at 11 Admiralty Road, Lekki Phase 1. It's going to be a fun-filled day with trampolines, a movie screening, bouncy castles, plus the opportunity to meet the real JJ in person. Don't miss out.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to the Crossfire. We're discussing the epidemic of drug addiction in Nigeria. Akin Fataga, the executive director of Tuga Care Foundation, is here. They work with addicts. They try to get people out of drug addiction and put them in treatment and rehab and all of that and make them survivors. And they also work with those as well to get other people out of it. Akin, thank you again for making it here.
Sure.
Akin had to drive how many hours in traffic to get here?
You bet.
Thank you. I mean, I know you're passionate about this. This is what you live for. Thank you so much. Before I come back to you, Akin, let me take a few more calls. Dambaba tried calling earlier, but we couldn't speak with him. Dambaba, please try and call back again. Let's see if we can get you back on the line. Apologies for the breaking transmission while speaking with you.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank God you're bringing up this topic at this time.
Right.
There's a dangerous hotspot around Egbeda. If the authorities were here, we heard that they've raided the place so many times. It's a spot close to Gimade Estate, at Gowan Estate.
Okay.
Please, they should go there. It's 24 hours service there. Children buy drugs from there.
Children.
And it's dangerous. And we heard that it's people from Cameroon and Niger that are selling the drugs. Please, let them raid that place. We heard that NDLA has been there. The police have been there. NDLA has been there. And there's nothing they are doing. Please, let them go there and save our children and save the community. Please, please, I beg you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We join you in making that passionate appeal. Please go and rate these places. Rid them of these drug peddlers. It's quite dangerous to our community. Good morning to you.
Yeah, Mr. Sheriff, this is Dambaba.
Good to have you back. Good to have you back.
Thank you. You see, if we want to kill drug in Nigeria, first of all, we start from the celebrities. Government regulators must wake up. That is why I'm angry when NBC go after radio station and TV station. Today, you see celebrity where they feature interview online. The first thing you see is smoke. Then you look under to look for the celebrity. Don't forget, Nigeria, our level of gullibility is too much. Immediately one person do something, it go viral, everybody starts it. Then secondly, if we can kill what they call Yahoo today or reduce it, this drug issue will reduce. Because when a young man or teenager have access to free money, Mr. Sheriff, you were once a teenager. Back then, when they give you money, people that come back from city, the next day that you buy sweet or biscuit.
You blow it in, yes.
Now, these young guys see this drug as their own sweet now. So what do we have in Nigeria? You see young people have access to free money. You see them in the club, restaurants, expensive restaurants, spend money anyhow. And when you talk, they say, maybe they don't collect your girlfriend. And you see government officials looking at them, doing nothing. You know, these are the things that we should deal with. If you like, create awareness on that tomorrow. Since they have the money, you can't tell them what to do. These young children should be in school. They should be learning hard work. Today you see them looking for money, looking at their phone, how to defraud people and spend the money anyhow. Thank you.
Dambaba, thank you. And I understand your passion on this topic. Let's take another call. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate you for bringing this person, Mr. Sheriff, and our guest. I greet you. then it's really a pandemic in Nigeria. Like, it's a big deal. It's everywhere, Sheriff. Mr. Sheriff, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, please. We can hear you.
I purposely, one day, I took sushi with some guys.
Okay.
Oh my God, man. We have sushi without any substance, but they deliberately do these things to get high, and they can go extra mile. And that is why you see all these medical drugs. They are expensive. You get, because of these people. You get, they are abusing it, and the law is not getting them. Let me tell you, all these people they are getting. They are the working boys.
Yeah.
They are not getting people who are importing this thing. Okay, look at what happened the last time. Some tons of cocaine were imported into the country. They found a place in Ikorodu. They went to burn evidence. Who does that? I did criminology. All these things are done, are orchestrated by the big dogs. You understand? Until they start getting them, nothing will happen. If you see, let me tell you, in every family you have in Nigeria now, let's say maybe one person amongst them is abusing these things. But what people don't know is that it's just like an addiction. You can be addicted to anybody. This is not about prayer. This is not about. But that's why I was saying we just need to sensitize. We need to keep talking to people.
Right.
Don't even taste it. I've taken weed myself. You understand? And I saw the repercussion. I said, "What? Really? You just have to withdraw." You understand?
Right.
It's very important to educate people, not to abuse these things, not to use it. But the onus lies on the government to go after the top dogs. Because these top dogs, they are not using it themselves. But there is money in drug.
They are the ones trafficking
all over
it.
the world.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it. Let's take this one here, then I'll come to you, Akin. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm fine. This topic that you've raised today, we need to talk about it more.
I know.
You know, unfortunately, I think our legislation is not up to date also, especially when it comes to what people show on social media, particularly those who are influencers, always smoking weed and, drinking. We need to be up to date with our legislation so that we can deal with that. Secondly, our law enforcement agencies are very complicit. I live in Surulere. There's a secondary school, Aguda Grammar School. Around that school, there are 3 drug dens around that secondary school.
Just imagine that.
And I usually see police vans parking there. When I newly moved into the area, I actually went to Sholoki police station. The woman at the counter just said, "Madam, you know what? I understand how you feel, but just woman to woman, please go home." Right in front of the school, right beside the school, there are 3 drug dens. One masquerades as a drink seller, one masquerades as a fan repairer, and the third one is just a plain drug dealing den. And you see, especially from the Sholoki police station and Sonya, they park there. They're gisting with the guys. I know they've come for their titles. Now, I know that the principal of that school is probably afraid, and that's why she can't do anything. Because I don't know why you would leave young, impressionable students around those 3 dangerous places. The girls are in danger, the boys are in danger. And lastly, I think all this boils down again to our family structures. Parents no longer pay as much attention to their children as they used to. In times past, the neighbor could scold your child. You would still come and scold the child. Lately, you don't even scold your child, so why would the neighbor scold your child? We pick schools based on the fact that they don't administer corporal punishment. Teachers cannot scold students. We get away with everything. I think that, above all, we need to rethink our values from the family as a unit. That's where society starts from. I think we need to do better in our families. Thank you, and have a great week.
Have a great one. Thank you so much for the contribution. Let me take some comments here, then I'll come to you, Akin. Femi Adegoke says, good morning to your guests in the studio. Almost every community in Lagos has its drug peddlers. Mr. Akin has said it all about the decadence in our society, from homes. That's Femi Idowu Adegoke on our live stream on YouTube, and he also re-echoed what the last caller, just said about the family structure. Akin, let me come to you about the other side of this conversation that we're not talking about, and that is the fatality. You are on the street. You see these people every now and again. What can you tell us about this? Because it's almost looking like as though people get away with it. They just smoke these things and then they carry on with life as though there are no repercussions.
Thank you, Sheriff. This is a very serious one, and it's a big one. And when you're talking of fatality, you're talking of deaths. And one thing I wanted to mention is when you look at some, there was a caller that talked about artists and stuff like
the celebrities.
That. Yes, and all that. Alcohol will tell you drink responsibly.
That's right.
By those that sell it and market it. And the cigarettes people, nicotine, a very big addiction thing globally, and one of the biggest. We also tell you smokers are liable to die young.
That's right.
So these are caveat warnings. But when it comes to illicit drugs and substances, there is nothing like smoke responsibly. Say, illegality breeds more illegality. And illegality sometimes cannot be quantified in what it brings in its wake in terms of destruction. That's coming back to that talk we're talking, this conversation about mortality and deaths. We have noticed, walking on the street, we're non-clinical, but when a man dies, he dies. And people, most likely, 8 out of 10 reasons, can see a pointer maybe to his death. And when you're talking in terms of street life, when young people are dying, and the young people already have been labeled or identified with a character type of a habit, maybe doing Colorado or doing drugs, there's a lot of pointers that says that could be the cause of death. And when you now ask the environment people and his peers, they can probably confirm to you and say he went beyond his limit. He did
he overdosed. He overdosed on this, overdosed on that.
And you get what I'm saying? He's now mixing this and that. So today on the street, though we have cocaine, we have this, we have that, some of them, their time out to perfect their destruction on the mental health and on the health of those that abuse it and chronically involved in it. Might take time. It might even take years. But we have seen now that synthetic marijuana, the likes of Colorado and whatever you call them, are making victims and death toll out of our people. And out of mostly our young people. One thing I can even say about them is if you're over 40 or 45, if you go and do Colorado and you mix it with something, you're surely gone. You're a goner.
You OD straight.
Yes, you OD straight because you don't even have it in you. Your blood can't.
It is that strong.
It is that strong. And for the young ones that are abusing it, maybe they're doing alcohol, they are running the same high risk. These are high risk things. Nobody can quantify what he has in terms of substances, which is over 100 sometimes, and they're still counting. And in its wake, every day on the street, we are getting feedbacks. This is not a fear thing. This is not like a fake evidence, real or something. This is genuine thing. Why is it so? They will tell you, so, the son of so, that woman, he died. What happened? Easy calls, he OD'd. So, he went with his friends to a party, he died, they brought him back. So. He was in the gutter, they had to call his family to come and carry him. He was knocking his head on the ground. He's dead. So we're getting all this report all the time. And I'm telling you, wherever you have all the prevalence of all these substances, all these things are going on. You're not even talking of character default, like the one you talked about this morning, where a man can take a machete and go and kill his mother. You can talk about our caller that talked about the 17-year-old young man that can put her in that kind of a situation. These are very deep things. And one of the things we tell our people, especially it's so emotional when you see young people die just in a careless, most careless way. So emotional when you see them, when you just say, okay, see this young man. I know this kid. He's just 18. He's just 19. I could have a stroke.
So let's talk about access to help, because that's one last angle that we'll look at before we go back to telephone. It's almost like it's not almost like they're helpless. Let's put it that way. They're helpless. Addicts usually don't. The willpower to stop most likely is not. Has been taken away from them because of their addiction. So it's called addiction. Access to help has always been a conversation as well, ongoing conversation. Organization, you are doing the best that you can do, but there's also a limit to what you can do. I know some other organizations too that do what you do as well. But how can we effectively make access to help available to these victims?
Sheriff,
because this is very emotional, like you said.
Addiction itself is not about your willpower, or maybe you make a wrong decision. It becomes something that's ingrained in you. And in the mental health areas, we know that it's something in your brain, something that's affecting you. So you're coming back to things that give you harm, that brings danger to you, and they can probably kill you. That's why you have that addiction problem. There are other addictions. People are addicted to sex, addicted to food, addicted to exercise, addicted to gambling. Those are physical addictions.
That's
Stealing
right.
and all that.
That's right.
Antisocial behaviors and all that. So, but in the mental health area, we know that it's not about your willpower when it gets to that stage of addiction. It's not about your willpower whatsoever. However it is, getting help in our setting, first of all, starts, like the lady said, from the family. The family needs to have an empathy. They need to be patient to see and listen. They need to engage that person that is involved. They need not to stigmatize, but to show care and know so they can bring solutions. In terms of help, see, Lagos is supposed to have 20 million people. And when you look at beds for people that have SUDs and all that, substance use disorders and things like that, I'm not sure that we have 1,000 beds in Lagos State.
Available.
So even if we do, that's incredible and very great. So that tells you the limit of the care that can be given through available help system. However it is, there is always help. The organizations that have helplines. We do have helplines too.
Can you share your helpline?
We will. I will give our helpline.
Yes, please.
Our helpline be www. You have it.
Okay, I'll share it. I'll share it with the people. Let's quickly get thoughts in again on this conversation. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. Right. So we're doing this for 3 days. If I don't get to pick your call today, I will most likely pick your call tomorrow or Wednesday. That's okay. Okay. 0700 993 993 993 and 01 465 7190. If you are an addict, you can call in and share your experience with us. Be honest, be vulnerable. You're allowed to do that. Also, you can be anonymous. That's okay. It's fine to be anonymous. We welcome that. If you have someone that you care so much about going through this, you can share their story as well. And if you'd like to be anonymous, please feel free to do that, okay? Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
This is Ugo.
Welcome, Ugo. Welcome.
I listened to the analyst. It's actually really out the real understanding of what is happening in this drug section. Do you know that this thing is now an epidemic?
Oh, yes.
We are talking about hotspots here in Ejibo, very, very close to this one primary school like that. This drink gather every time. They take this drug And, within the vicinity, wherever it is happening, the law enforcement agencies that are very close to that place, especially the police, they seem to be maybe in a company, they seem to be supporting them somehow, or maybe
they are aiding it in a way.
Yes. The pastor that was opposite there is my friend, and he was telling me, "You go look at what is happening now." And they can't say anything. If I say anything, they will deal with me. I'm telling you, it's not a cartel. These guys, they have power, even as small as they are. Little children, for that matter.
I know.
So I don't know what to be done. The there's a moral destruction, not even decadence. I don't know what we are learning in the school. I don't know what we are learning in the churches. What are they teaching them? What are they teaching them? This generation is going slowly. People are going.
Go, thank you.
And they can't even make out anything. In fact, it is disturbing. I want to tell you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Ugo. I appreciate your time. Pastor Ladipo joins us now. Pastor Ladipo, morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to your guest. I want to ask your guest one question. This thing now has become an epidemic. How about raising secret police?
Pastor Ladipo.
Hello, Sheriff.
Yes, we can hear you now.
How about having secret police or people that you recruit that can be given information so that we can curb some of these things, and we don't disclose those people's identity? That is my take this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. Let's take this call from an anonymous caller. Anonymous, morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
This thing has become so much. It's a really difficult thing, even here at Ikotu, where I stay. In my area, you see little children going to buy these drugs. In fact, I had to accost one day. He said it was his dad that sent him. I said, how can your father send you to buy this kind of thing? He was like, Auntie, will leave me alone, no? He's already used to it. He will like it. We use it to prepare food for ourselves and we'll take it. I say, prepare what? He said, they mix it in their pap and take it. That the daddy said he takes care of all kind of diseases. I said, is that the experiment people are doing? The woman that was telling it to me just stopped me and said, shh, keep quiet. See them, they're coming. I was like, madam, how can you be doing this kind of thing in this kind of place? They say, well, that's the way I survive. Because apart from selling that drug, she sells other things. So I went there to buy something, and I noticed some movement, and I said, asking. She said, madam, keep quiet. It's none of your business. This is how we have been surviving here. It is not the first time, and we'll have to survive. And it's painful because you will see police people come around, they do what they want to do, and you go away. You don't talk, because if you talk, you're in trouble. I mean, it's a very sorry case. It's a very sorry case. It's quite unfortunate, but what we won't do, I really don't know. It's quite unfortunate.
It is. Thank you too. And Akin, you made mention of the community the other time. People don't know how heavy that statement is, because you said there's a community within the community, and now people can speak up because of the repercussion, the consequence of speaking up. And there's something that I've also noticed that, this last caller and some callers as well that had coding, they've said that most of these peddlers, they also have other businesses that they do. So they sell these drugs together with their other business. So it's pretty hard to even determine, except if you're into drugs, then that's when you know whether they are doing drugs or they are selling drugs or they are not selling drugs. Which brings me to the enormity of this struggle to fight drugs, this enormity, this fight against drug trafficking on our streets, because nobody puts signposts in the front of their shop and say, I sell Igbo here. No, nobody does that. It's looking impossible. You're laughing. It's looking impossible.
Sheriff, commendations have to be given to people that deserve it. Major General Bubamawa has come as a big phantom, and he's done a lot of deliverance to a whole lot of Nigerian youths on the street in the most at-risk ages that are vulnerable to be using drugs. Part of the example was the 12 tons bust. If you monetize it, I can calculate it.
Yeah.
If you calculate the harm that will bring,
if that could find a way into the streets,
that harm has a 30 years call.
Akin, we have to go. We really must go. We're completely out of time. Thank you so much for coming around. Akin is the ED of Tugat Care Foundation. They work with addicts and help to rehabilitate. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Sheriff.
That's our show today. I'm Sheriff. Morning to you.
You decide. Topical conversations that matter to you.
There are people for personal, religious, whatever reasons who do not want to take a vaccine. And I think they have the rights.
They cannot go to stop insecurity. It's to force people to take vaccine. Let them come and kill me. I can never take it.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
And I want to assume that you would run because I want to give the listeners context for the conversation.
In 2019, you were running mate to Atiku Abubakar. What did you learn then that you will not repeat this time?
Yes, when is the president coming out to address us?
There's a few things. One, I have a burden and a passion for young people.
The fact that you have elected a man does not mean then you begin to order him around. The president will do whatever is good for the country at any given time.
Mr. Adeshino, isn't the president responsible to the people?
What should the next president do to root out stakeholders who are complicit?
You fire those. Those that need to be fired are fired.
It's looking like a brand new Chelsea, attacking with so much fluidity. And what can you say about that, Martin? I know you follow Chelsea quite closely.
I live close to the Chelsea training ground. That's what you mean by that. I'm not.